In this video, I'm going to share with you how to eliminate your number one frustration. And I know what your number one frustration is. You're speaking, but people don't hear you. Aloha, I'm Mark J, world's laziest networker, coming from our backyard here in beautiful Kauai, Hawaii on Teaching Tuesdays. And what I want to share with you today is to make sure, because we do things in little series, although this is a really short one sort of singular video, we have a nice little series coming up for you about setting a purpose that manifests and makes a difference. Manifestation and making a difference, two separate things. But anyway, I know a big frustration for me was I didn't feel like people were hearing me. And then as time rolled on in network marketing and we became more and more successful, I became more and more aware of how frustrating that is for people, how frustrating it is in life, how frustrating it is in relationships, the intimate relationships you have. We don't feel heard. And I think this is really important to understand that I came across a survey that was done for over 10,000 people over the age of 65. And they said, what's your number one disappointment in life? And they gave them a choice of 20 things, and then they put a fill-in down at the bottom. Probably the only time in history this has ever happened. The fill-in was greater in total than the other 20 things, like mate dying first, never got to realize my dream, and never went to Europe, whatever it happened to be. And the number one thing that beat the aggregate score of the other 19, people didn't feel heard. And I noticed in network marketing, the biggest problem that I had with people on my team when I was trying to help them was they didn't feel heard. So make sure you subscribe, okay? So you can learn how to do it. So these are what have been classified by some people as the 7 sins, okay, that will prevent you from being heard, okay? And this is really important. Let's start with the end in mind. Number one is gossip. You know, when people come to you on your team and they want to talk about Mary's dress was too short at the meeting, or I can't believe, Frank lies. Well, if you engage with gossip in them, they're going to believe that you're going to gossip about them. Let me say that again. If you engage with gossip about them, about other people, they're going to believe that you gossip about them, and believe me, they'll go gossip. So what you tell them is, look, I know you got a beef with Frank. I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't talk about people that aren't here. You can count on that from me. If you want me to mediate between you and Frank, I'd love to do it. So gossip. Are you a gossip? Do you talk about other people? Because some of these things that we do, and I was guilty of about 4 or 5 of these things, some of these things that we do, we don't realize we're communicating them non-verbally. It's who we are. Number 2 is judgment. If you're knocking other network marketing companies, you're engaged in judgment. I can't tell you how many people in 30 years I've heard say over and over and over again, they're basically the only company that's doing it right. Amway sucks, and Mary Kay sucks, and this one sucks, and that one's out of date. These are billion-dollar companies that have made billions of dollars in commissions for people. Don't put anything down like that. Judgment, any judgment that you have about people, places, things, and company, people aren't going to listen to you. Complaining, okay? Complaining is viral negativity, okay? Complaining about your upline, complaining about your wife, complaining about your husband, complaining about the shipping, complaining about the commissions, whatever, okay? Number 4 is excuses. Be a fire lighter. Don't be a blame thrower, right? Like everything is somebody else's fault. We see this particularly with network marketers, is exaggeration, okay? We're going to be the next billion-dollar company, whatever. Our corporate team, they walk on water, they don't kick dogs. Don't stop exaggerating, okay? You don't have to exaggerate. You don't have to exaggerate what the product does. It doesn't really matter what you're making. What matters is that you get heard, and we're going to talk about how to get heard. Negativity, okay? Nobody wants to be around negative people, and a lot of network marketers think they're positive, but what they talk about is, working 45 years for somebody else, you end up dead, flat, broke, or still working at age 65. Don't you want to spend more time with your kids? Don't you want to spend? That's all negative stuff. What you want to do is find positive things in people's lives and help them make the good things better. And we'll talk about a little bit over here, but this illusion of finding people's problems, thinking you're in business to solve people's problems, and wrapping yourself in virtue while making them feel bad about the choices they made, that's negativity. And people don't want to hear that stuff. And of course, really simple one is lying, okay? Lying about what you're making, lying about, why you haven't done more in your business, lying to your wife, lying to your husband, lying. And most people, in my case, I had this one, okay? If people only knew how talented I was, okay? I had excuses because I was raising 2 kids on my own. I was certainly negative. Then I got to sit in that Boston traffic 2 hours a day just to pick up seafood. Then I got to deal with all those morons on the street, all the construction sites, yeah, so that's what I had. And then that led me into, from time to time, gossiping. Now, I never initiated gossip. I don't feel good about that. I actually feel worse about it. But I would listen. I would listen because of my desire to belong. And so it was really a very bright guy from England, actually Scotland, that really helped and created Hail. Okay, and I'm sure you got some of this figured out. When you speak, be honest. Okay, if you just got started and haven't got a check yet, say, hey, I just got started. I'm excited about it. It's going to work because I'm going to make it work. There isn't a business in the world that starts out in profit on day one. You're the first person I called, or you're the 8th person I called. Don't tell people they're the first person you called if you've called 22 other people. Be honest. Be authentic. Okay, and Richard Blissbrook, good friend of mine, lives an island over, great network marketer. He talks about the authentic networker all the time. What does that really mean? Be yourself. You can learn my skills. worldslaziestnetworker.com. We got a dozen or so skills that'll make you a lot of money, and the free network skills.biz site will give you 2 skills that'll get you a yes all the time. But in the end, you have to be yourself. Don't try to be somebody else. You learn the skills, but you need to be you. Be who you are. One day I was driving home very frustrated, and I was talking to my upline, and he said, well, what have you been doing today? I said, I just stopped at the mall. And he said, did you buy anything? I said, yeah, I bought Van Morrison Greatest Hits. And he said, who's Van Morrison? I said, well, he's a singer. I really like him. He said, do you like the album? And I said, oh, it's unbelievable. They have the songs that I want, and they put them in virtually the same order I would have put them in. It's incredible. He said, that's how you do network marketing. He said, you're just telling me what you love. Just tell people what you love about what you do, and find good things in them that you can help improve, okay? Stop playing. What's inauthentic? Find the pain, okay? Convince yourself that you're virtuous, okay? Okay, while you exploit their pain, okay? This is not virtuous at all. What this is fear selling and making somebody feel bad. And you're going to end up with what you start with. So if you bring people in off pain and fear, you're going to have a team that's running on pain and fear. They won't last, okay? Integrity. Okay, integrity is really important. You have to say what you mean and mean what you say. And of course, the last thing that drives all of it, and my good friend Stephen Richardson, my good friend Don Anderson, Lori King, Marlo Anderson, all these people, phenomenal, is this is all driven by love. Love will drive integrity without effort. Love will drive authenticity. Love will make you honest. Okay? This will get you what? Heard. Okay? Not gossip. Okay? Not exaggeration. Okay? Not negativity. Okay? And the other of the 7 deadly sins of not being heard. Be honest. It's attractive. I used to say to people all the time, hey, it's Mark J. You got 2 minutes for a quick business call? And they would say yes or no. I'd say, look, I don't want to take up a lot of your time, but, and I would give them 2 sentences, and then, and you guys probably have that skill. Dave will put that down there. It's free, networkingskills.biz. It would be instant rapport. So I'd use an instant rapport builder, most people's skill, and in less than 17 seconds, they were saying yes. And here's why. I said, hey, you got 2 minutes for a quick business call. I didn't call up and pretend, how are your wife, how's your kid, blah, 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 blah. Okay? That was me being authentic. Why? Well,
honesty is attractive.
Yeah, honesty is more attractive than it's ever been. Do you trust politicians?
No.
There you go. Now, some of them might be honest, but now they're seen as a whole group. You need to step out and distinguish yourself. So my simple approach, I always led with the business, and I was honest. Do you have 2 minutes for a quick business call? And I was done in less than a minute and a half, which made them, what? Reminded them that I was honest. And I asked them for a simple yes or no to get together for a cup of coffee and show them what I had, okay? That was me being authentic. I don't have time to screw around. I was raising 2 kids on my own, okay? And somewhat taking care of a blind mother. Fortunately, my wife also pitched in a little on that. She had the patience of Job.
A little?
Okay, a lot. The fabulous Davine. But this is how I maintained integrity. Everybody knew I wasn't saying, "It's the greatest thing, the company's unbelievable." They're just companies. I let them know that the greatest thing that they have and that I'm offering is the best version of themselves. And I really believe that. That's what I believe, okay? And of course, this is all driven by love, okay? I love collaborating with other human beings and helping them get what they want because there's something that I know that everybody else knows, but I don't see them living from that space. I see them living from this kind of space over here. And that is by getting other people what they want. And we're talking about what they want, not what they don't want. The bills, the credit cards and all that, what they really want, finding their heart's desire. And you get that by listening. So if you want to be heard, be honest, be authentic. Don't ever sacrifice your integrity. And if you come from love with all of this, what does hail mean? Hail, look it up in the dictionary, but it is a way to hail. I'm not talking about the stuff that falls out of the sky. Attention. I hope this helps you. Get those skills down below. And we're going to start a short series on developing a purpose so you become a manifesting machine and you'll be able to teach it to your teams. Peace be the journey. Don't forget to subscribe and leave me a comment. Aloha.